Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and today we're going to be going over some more of my figures that I've got. We're only going to be going over 2 figures because I've only got 2 figures in this collection, but I had these for a good while. So, the first one we're going to be going over is, this is an open figure. I've ordered this off of eBay a good while back. It was close to the time of when the actor passed away. It was close to the time, around that time, when I got a hold of this figure. And then the other one is, it's in its box. It's never been opened. I got this from Books A Million. And it's the, Jareth, the Goblin King from the movie, The Labyrinth. And this is the, McFarlane Toys made this, I think it was. It says it on here somewhere. Yeah. McFarlane. And this is the version of Jareth. The Dance Magic, David Bowie. It's either Bowie or Bowie. Sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. But this is Jareth, the Goblin King. Dance Magic. There it is, Dance Magic Jareth. And he comes with the little goblin that he kicked when he was singing that song, which is pretty funny. He's even got his scepter. And the detail in this figure's face, let me see if I can just get it here. I mean, the detail in this face is amazing. You can see the pack's gotten dirty, but the figure itself in the pack is still okay. But that face sculpt, that's definitely Jareth. That's definitely how he looked in the movie. And he's even got the 2 different color eyes. He's got the necklace around his neck. Let me turn this light off. There we go, that's better. He's got the necklace around his neck. He's wearing the vest that he wore. There's his big old poofy outfit with the long sleeves. You can see where it's got moth-eaten in the sleeves where his hands are. And there's his pants that he wore. There's the boots. And there's the stand that you can put him on. It says on it, The Labyrinth. Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. This is like one of my childhood movies that I grew up with when I was a kid. I watched this movie a lot. It was like my favorite. There's the scepter. I may have turned the light back on just to zoom in on that scepter. There we go. There's the scepter. It's got a clear piece of resin or plastic in it for the crystal ball. And there's this little goblin that he kicked. Here's the side of the box. And then here's the back of the box. I wish they would have made a good Sarah figure to get too, because it would have been nice to have him and Sarah. But so far that I know of, they only made the Jareth. They made 2 different versions of Jareth. They made this Dance Magic one, and then they made the one before the Dance Magic one, where he was at that ball, and he wore that ball outfit, and he had the mask in his hand. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a hold of that one because I couldn't find it. Now, our next one that we're going to be going over is, like I said, this one's been opened. Because I bought it off of eBay, off of an eBay seller. I think I got this thing for $150 off of eBay. Before it went up in price, I grabbed it. Hang on a minute here. Where is that thing? It's not in that box, so is it in here with him? He's lost his crystal ball. That's what I'm looking for. It's probably in the box with him. Let me just get it out of here. Yeah, there it is. He always, I've super glued this thing in his hand multiple times. And he always loses this crystal ball. Let me turn this light off. There you go. You can see it's a crystal ball. It's just a plastic piece of resin. You can see right there where it's been glued in his hand. I'll just have to basically do the same thing. Find the spots where it was glued in his hand. There's where it was. But when it's glued in his hand, and he's holding it like he's supposed to. You can see, you can't even see the glue stains at all. It just looks like a crystal ball in his hand. But I do that way I don't lose this crystal ball, because that is a very highly losable thing. And he has to have that crystal ball to complete the figure. But here is the Jareth figure. Now, when I bought mine, he didn't have the long enough bangs. This was probably a factory mismake. As you can see here, his bangs are not long enough on this side to really pull off the Jareth effect, as you would say it. Because if you can see this figure with the bangs on that side right there, and then we compare those to this, you can see the bangs just ain't long enough. This is like a mismake that I bought off of eBay, and at the time when I bought it, I didn't realize it was a mismake. But it's still better than nothing. But you can see the detail in Jareth's faces here. You can definitely tell that's Jareth. He's got the one turquoise blue eye and the one brown gold eye. He's this is him in the outfit when he first arrived in Sarah's room when she first saw him. You can see he's got this moth-eaten cape. This is like a rubbery plastic material, like a hard rubbery plastic material. The cape comes off here in a minute. We'll look at that in a minute. But here's the back of his cape. Here is the way it looks at the back, which is really awesome. Yeah, it looks like it already came off. Okay, we'll go ahead and take it off and look at the cape. It just basically snaps out of his back with these two big old pegs. But here's the back of his cape. Here you got like this, looks almost like a skeleton skull effect, almost like a rib cage kind of deal. He's got these plastic rubbery materials going down his cape for the moth-eaten effect. That gives it like that detail that it has. And it's got the transparent see-through plastic on this side. And then when you go underneath that, you've got this really awesome looking turquoise blue. This is thick plastic. This stuff is thick. I mean, you can look at that. That's thicker than this material that's easy to bend. And it's got like more texture right here on the top of it. Moth-eaten look. Like a Goblin King would have. And then the inside of it is just that really pretty turquoise blue color. Really shimmering, shiny. You can see the stitching detail in the cloak. It just has so much detail in this cape. And then to complete the effect, I'll put this back on him for a minute, because on his back of his neck right here, you can see he's got the big old tongue that goes around his collar. And then on this, it's also got these two looking, look almost like spider leg kind of things that complete the effect of the rest of the cape. But when I basically take this off, on the figure, this big old, let me turn on this light again, this big old cape thing stays on him. The collar itself to the cape stays on the figure. Just the whole back of the cape cloak comes off. Let me just put this back on him real fast. I'll show you it with the light on. There you go, you get the full effect. And then here's the blue going around. There's the moth-eaten. You can just see the texture is there. And then we'll take a look at the figure himself. Okay, he is a statue figure. The cool thing is, too, the cape is built so stout and hard that it actually, you can hear, it's got weight. This thing's heavy. But it stands on its own. So, it'll stand on its own. But here is the Jareth figure. Now, articulation-wise, he's got an arm that moves like this, and it's got a ball hinge where it can move up about that much and then back down about that much. It's hindered because of right here. The shoulder joint is got like a bulkiness to it, and then the ball peg will hit against it and hit that certain point to where it goes. Right in here in the elbow, it's a twist swivel, because it's basically just the peg that snaps into it, and it's a twist swivel. And then the hand itself is a twist, and it's a ball peg. It can also move back and forth a little bit, but also that came with the figure that I keep in here is that's how the hands are made. They're ball pegs that just snap in, because he's got a switchable hand, which is a fist. That's where the crystal ball goes, but the crystal ball won't stay in there. It keeps falling out. Which is why I kept super gluing the crystal ball in his hand. The waist does not move. It's made in that position to where it doesn't move. Over here on the other arm, it's the same articulation. You can just move it up and down. The swivel in the elbow, same twist swivel. There's the detail in his pants, which they do have texture. It's kind of hard. There you go. It's kind of hard to catch it, but it does have texture. Here's where the batteries go, because he does make noises. We'll do that here in a minute. And here is the boots. The boots are very well done. This is like a 12-inch figure, and the boots are really well done. You can see in here he's got the flaps that come down the side of his boots, like these little flap tongues. But to tell you the truth, it's like belts. You can tell it's like the end of a belt. It's also on the other side right there. And it's also, from the looks of it, yep, on the inside. So on the inside of both boots, you can see the shading textures with the paints mix. You can see right here too, it looks like a real material of a boot, but it's just plastic. It's just the way it's painted to capture that look. And then when we go to our off and on switch, he says some things from the movie. This is recordings from the movie. If he's not dead, his batteries might be dead.
I've brought you a gift. It's a crystal. Nothing more. But if you turn it this way, look into it. It will show you your dreams. But this is not a gift for an ordinary girl. Do you want it? Don't defy me. You have 13 hours in which to solve the labyrinth. It's further than you think. Time is short. Go back to your room. Play with your toys and your costumes. I've brought you a gift. It's a crystal. Nothing more. But if you turn it this way, look into it. It will show you your dreams. But this is not a gift for an ordinary girl.
But yeah, it's got some sayings from the movie, basically recordings that was basically put into the figure. That's close to basically everything that he said to her when he first met her, from the first of the movie, and then when he basically showed her where the labyrinth was. But it just says the same thing over and over. But yeah, this hair is like a rubbery plastic. You can see there it moves. Same thing down here, but it's a little bit harder here, where it's like thicker versions of the hair. This is the only hairpiece that's really movable. But yeah, you can see the detail in this Jareth figure is really spot on detailed. I really like this figure. But he's the only one that I have that, like I said, is open. So we'll get the cape back on him here. And then we'll get another look at him. All right. Now we'll get a look at him with this cape. And get his other counterpart here. And there's the Dance Magic one. But yeah, there's the Dance Magic one right there. Both Jareth figures. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope y'all are doing safe during these troublesome times. And let me sit that there. I will basically figure out what the next video is that we're going to be going over after this one. I'm thinking about going over some of my Titanics, my old Titanics that I built when I was a kid. I built when I was about 9 years old, 12 years old, and 14 years old. So I'm thinking that'll be my next video. But until then, y'all have a blessed one, and goodbye.